Hi everyone, Kieran here, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the easiest change you can make to start losing fat today. So this is me last year, uh, sitting around 21% body fat. Not really happy with the way I looked. I was working out like pretty inconsistently. I didn't really have a clue about how to eat right. Should I be in a calorie deficit, calorie surplus? But I just wanted to improve the way that I looked. And I eventually found out the best way to do that in this position here is to first of all lean down and then start to pack on muscle after that. And that's exactly what I did. And basically, the tip I'm going to talk about in this video is it's such an easy way to get in that calorie deficit, which is required to start losing body fat. So if you've hit a plateau on your weight loss journey or you're about to get started, then this video is for you. So for context, we know we want to be in a daily calorie deficit of around 300 to 500 calories. If you're sitting around like 15 to 20% body fat, then you can start at the lower end, like 300, and basically weigh yourself every day for a week and see if at the end of the first week you've lost the right amount of weight, like 0.25 to half a kilo. And then if you do, then that's great. Just keep on going. If not, then you can just reduce it by 100 calories and go again. If you're sort of over 20% body fat, then you can go for a higher deficit of around 500 calories. So what I'm going to talk about in this video is drinks. And I've got a list here which you can have a look at. Feel free to pause the video if you want to. Of the amount of calories which are in all different kinds of drinks. The top list is alcoholic drinks and the bottom list is soft drinks. And these can really add up. If you have, let's say you have a deficit target of 300 calories per day, and you have just a bottle of like fruity cider, say, that deficit is gone from one drink, which didn't provide you any nutrition. It didn't fill you up at all. Obviously, the alcohol isn't good. And it can just be wiped out in like one drink. You can do everything else right in the day, stick to the meal plan, you can train, and then just one drink can really throw you off. The soft drinks as well, just a couple of them can literally eliminate your deficit and mean that your weigh in the next day is not a good one. So this is one thing that hugely helped me, was first of all to be aware of how much calories are in these drinks, particularly the sugary ones. Like a J2O, for example, on the right. Classic drink which you'd have like as kids when you go out like to a restaurant. Your parents might get like alcohol or something, and kids get J2O. It's pumped full of sugar, and you can easily have two of those in a meal, and that could be your deficit gone. So you might be thinking, what about 0-calorie drinks like Diet Cokes, Pepsi Max, that kind of thing? Would they be any better? I would say slightly, but it's still not great. Obviously, there's no calories, but you have to ask yourself the question, if there's no calories, then what is in it? And these drinks will still spike your insulin, and that's the fat storing hormone, basically. So that's sort of the role of insulin is to keep energy coming into your cells. So yeah, I mean, maybe they're slightly better, but I still would personally avoid them, just for this like 12-week period where you're trying to lean down. 12 weeks isn't that big a commitment in the grand scheme of things. And one can of Diet Coke is not going to be the end of the world, but um, it all helps. And I think drinking is the easiest thing to optimize because we can have we have water which hydrates you like perfectly well, and all these drinks, they don't actually give you much nutrition anyway, and so many of them are just pumped full of sugar, which is why they taste so good. I think literally starting today, you can just say to yourself, right, for the next 8-12 weeks, I'm going to try and lean down. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try and cut out as many calorific or even just non-water drinks as possible, and that will give you a huge boost, and it will really show on the scales as well. So think about what you drink right now. Thinking back, I would often have quite a few cans of Pepsi Max, say. If I was to go out for a meal, I might have a fruity cider, just like very sweet. Couldn't drink like too many of them, but one or two with a meal was nice. Milkshakes as well. I basically grew up drinking strawberry milkshakes. Like milk is quite calorific as well. So yeah, just have a think about in your own life what you're drinking at the moment. If you're drinking mostly water, then that's great. Carry on. If you're someone who isn't a fan of water and just hasn't really drank it much, one little sort of stepping stone is to use like juice, like squash. Where you have blackcurrant squash and you just got a glass here. You just like fill it up to there with squash, and then the rest of it you fill up with water. That can be like a nice stepping stone because like 90% of it is still water, and yeah, just only a little bit of squash just to add some flavor, and then eventually you'll get used to having the squash, and then you'll go on to water eventually. That's exactly what happened to me. Like, I never really used to like drinking water growing up, but sort of after finding out about this and stopped drinking like other soft drinks and cutting down alcohol, I then went on to squash, and like I don't have squash anymore. I'm literally just able to have water, and it's absolutely fine. So in summary, drinking water is the easiest way to reduce your calories and make sure that you hit that calorie deficit every day. And that's going to make the difference for your daily weigh-ins. And at the end of the day, our 12-week transformation, it's going to be a continuation or just a series of good days. And this is the easiest way, I think. So yeah, coaching is the first link in the description. That's everything for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.